Do not click elsewhere. Do not scroll, because the words you are hearing right now did not come across you by coincidence. Oh man, maybe you are the person who destroyed the most valuable thing in your life with your own hands. And today, with the justice of the Creator, I will tell you about the damage you caused to yourself. And oh woman, maybe today you will learn that the silent pain you have carried for years has a name. And today I will say this to you. Your tears did not fall in vain. God saw, God knew, and God will call to account. God's justice is about to strike because you are here. This video is not an ordinary relationship advice. This is a divine courtroom. And here, when a man hurts a woman, he will give account not only for hurting her, but for the crime he committed against his own destiny, his own soul, and his Creator. If this video appeared before you today, watch it until the end. The long-awaited moment has come. Statistics say this: 1 out of every 3 women experiences emotional abuse at some point in her life. But no one talks about it. Because the wound is not visible, there is no blood. But the soul cries blood. And this silent massacre is accepted as normal today. A real man does that. It is natural for him to be a little harsh. Men cannot show their emotions anyway. Lie. All of them are lies of the devil. Now listen carefully, because if you do not know these 5 things, either you have destroyed the soul of a suffering woman, or you have become the victim of a man's stupidity. And when you reach the 5th point, you will understand that this is not just a relationship issue. This is a spiritual war. Men will understand the last point better. O chosen ones, first you must understand this. Woman was not created by coincidence. Man was not created by coincidence. It is written in the Holy Book, God created Adam, but Adam was alone. And God said, it is not good for man to be alone. Then he created woman. So how did he create her? From the soil? No, from a rib, from beside Adam's heart. What does this mean? Woman was not created to be crushed under a man's feet. She was not created to be held above his head like a crown either. She was created beside his heart as an equal, valuable trust that must be protected. In the Hebrew language, the word helper is translated as ezer, and this word is most often used for God in the Holy Book. God is our helper, so woman is not a weak helper, but a strong supporter. The one who stands beside the soldier in battle, lifts him when he falls, and binds him when he is wounded. Today a man blames his wife. He says, "You are driving me crazy." He says, "Because of you, I became like this." Now you will see the truth. Because when a man hurts the woman he loves, he does not only break that woman, he shatters his own destiny as well. Point 1. A break happens in a woman's soul, and this break affects generations of man. When you hurt a woman, more than making her sad, you create a break in her soul. And this break is not like breaking a glass cup. This is the breaking of a heart. You can replace a broken glass with a new one, but someone with a broken heart has to live that way until death. Do you know what modern psychology calls this? Traumatic bonding. When a woman is hurt by the man she loves, a chemical change happens in her brain. Cortisol rises. Dopamine and oxytocin fall. The sleep hormone melatonin is disrupted, and that woman stops trusting you. But more dangerously, she stops trusting herself. Someone who does not trust herself is a living being who is just waiting to die. You are the one who brings someone to this state. A study by Harvard University says this: 70% of women exposed to emotional abuse experience depression. 50% experience anxiety disorder, and 30% have suicidal thoughts. These are not just statistics. These are real tears, real screams, if you can hear them and see them. And this is where the devil finishes his work. Because that woman now starts to think like this: I am not enough. I am not worthy of being loved. I always make wrong choices. I am nothing. And this thinking passes to her daughter, her grandchild, her generations. Because a wounded woman becomes a wounded mother. A wounded mother raises wounded children. Girls who experience emotional neglect in childhood become more open to toxic relationships in adulthood. Why? Because a girl who sees her mother unhappy accepts unhappiness as normal. Imagine this: a woman and her child, thirsty, hungry, abandoned. The woman says, "My God, I do not want to see my child die." In the desert, completely alone, hopeless. Maybe you're like that too, oh woman, abandoned, hurt, feeling like no one cares. But listen, what did God do? He saw her. He showed her water. And he said this to her: do not be afraid, because from your son a great nation will come. Oh woman, if you feel abandoned, hurt, and worthless, know this: God sees you. Your name is written in God's book, and your pain will not be wasted, because God changes generations by using wounded women. But oh man, if you have hurt a woman, know this: that woman's tears do not fall to the ground in vain. God sees those tears. For example, a man constantly says to his wife, "You cannot do anything right." If she cooks, he says, "No salt." If she cleans, he says, "Incomplete." If she takes care of the children, he says, "You are raising them wrong." Every day, every hour, constant criticism. That woman starts to hate life. She does not feel like doing anything. Who can enter such a great sin, and how? And 15 years later, her daughter also starts to feel worthless. She fails at school and says, "Anyway, I am stupid." When her first boyfriend treats her badly, she says, "It's normal, I deserve this." Because mothers pass not only words to their daughters, but wounds. That is why hurting a woman means hurting not only her, but her generation. When you shout at a woman, you shout at the baby in her womb as well. When you humiliate a woman, you teach her daughter how to be humiliated. Point 2. The divine blessing over the man is cut off a man. Now I will tell you the hardest truth. When you hurt a woman, God withdraws his hand of blessing from you. You say, "Don't exaggerate." No. Who told you that I am exaggerating? This is divine law. Are you calling God's laws exaggeration? What does the Holy Book say? O husbands, treat your wives with understanding. Angels do not enter a home where the woman is unhappy. There is no peace in a home where the woman is unhappy. Modern psychology confirms this as well. John Gottman, a scientist who devoted 40 years to marriage research, says this: a man who disrespects his wife fails in every area of his life. Why? Because the home is the foundation of everything. If the home is not peaceful, nothing is peaceful. You are stressed at work because there is fighting at home. You are angry at customers because you argue with your wife in the morning. You cannot concentrate because your mind is at home. And what happens in the end? You get fired. Partnerships break down. Money stops coming. Your health deteriorates. Everything goes wrong. And then shamelessly, you start wondering where you made a mistake. Then your worship and prayers begin to decrease. And you ask, "Oh Lord, why this suffering for me?" The answer is this: because you made the woman in your home suffer. Think about this. There is a man. He is successful at work, his boss appreciates him, his salary is good. But at home he shouts at his wife, humiliates her, constantly looks at other women. While his wife is crying, he watches television. While his wife asks for help, he goes out with his friends. And after a while, everything starts going wrong. His job is at risk. Conflicts arise with his boss. Partnerships fall apart. His car breaks down. His health gets worse. Nothing goes right. And that man says, I am innocent. Why is God doing this to me? Oh man, God is not doing this to you. You are doing this to yourself. Because in God's system, the one who is unjust to a woman is unjust to himself. In short, no one can do to a person what that person does to himself. Point 3. A woman can never be the same again. O chosen ones, now I will tell you the most painful truth. When a woman is hurt, she can never be the same woman again. You may say you love her. You may apologize. You may buy flowers. You may put a ring on her finger. But once the light in that woman's eyes goes out, it never shines the same way again. Because women are created differently from men. A man gets wounded, heals, and forgets. But a woman gets wounded, and that wound leaves a mark. And that mark stays for a lifetime. After that, she may even become a sharp woman. Just like glass becomes sharp when it breaks, a woman becomes sharp-tongued when she is broken. Modern psychology calls this emotional trauma recording. This means women record emotional pain more deeply and more permanently. Every time she is hurt, the amygdala region of the brain is activated, and that moment is stored like a file. It is never deleted. Neuroscientists say this: a woman can remember a traumatic memory clearly for an average of 7 years. Men on average remember it for 2 years. Why? Because women's brains encode emotional memories more strongly. So what happens next? Every time that woman looks at you, she remembers that moment. Every time she talks to you, she remembers that word. Every time she is in the same room with you, she remembers that disappointment. And while you ask, why is she not like before? Why doesn't she smile at me anymore? The answer is this: because you did not leave her as she was. For example, a man cheats on his wife with another woman. The wife finds out. She cries for days, breaks, falls apart. The man apologizes, kneels, cries, and says, "It will never happen again. You are my everything." The woman forgives. But now, every time that woman sees her husband look at his phone, she becomes tense. Every time he is late, she becomes suspicious. Every time she hears an unfamiliar name, she panics. She cannot sleep at night and keeps thinking, is he with me right now? Or is he thinking about her? The man says, I changed. Why don't you trust me anymore? Why don't you forgive me? Oh man, she did forgive you, but she cannot delete that file in her brain, because once trust is broken, it can never fully recover. You opened a wound. Maybe the wound closed, but the scar remained. And every time she looks at you, that scar hurts. Remember Joseph? His brothers sold him. Years later, Joseph became the governor of Egypt. His brothers came and asked for forgiveness. Joseph forgave them. But what did he say? You intended evil against me, but God turned it into good. Joseph forgave, but he did not forget. Oh man, if you hurt the woman you love, know this: winning her back is not impossible, but it is not easy. Because this time, you will have to prove it not only with words, but with years of actions. It will not happen with one flower. It will not happen with one apology. Every day, every hour, you will have to show her you are valuable, you matter, you are my everything. And maybe after 5 years, maybe after 10 years, that woman may start to trust you again. But know this: that old woman is gone. That woman is dead. The woman standing in front of you now is stronger, but more wounded. She is deeper and stronger. But there is nothing more dangerous than a wounded woman. This must be measured carefully. Point 4. The relationship turns into stubborn war, and both sides lose a chosen ones. When a man hurts a woman, the relationship is no longer a home. It becomes a battlefield, because the woman enters self-protection mode. And in every war, there is a loser. But in a relationship war, both sides lose. In a war with someone you walked the road with whom you built beautiful memories, there is no winner. Both sides lose. Modern psychology calls this defensiveness. When a person is constantly attacked, they begin to expect attack. And even at the smallest movement, war begins. You ask, "What should I cook?" She says, "You will criticize it anyway." You ask, "How was your day?" She says, "What happened? Why are you asking? Did something happen?" You want to touch her. She pulls away, because now she does not see love in your touch. She sees threat. And here, the relationship dies. But most couples continue carrying the corpse. Leaving a finished relationship often feels harder than living with that pain. According to John Gottman's research, if the 4 horsemen exist in a relationship, that relationship ends with a 90% probability. For example, there is a couple. For years, the man told his wife, "You are insensitive. You are unnecessary. You don't know anything." Now their marriage is collapsing. They go to therapy. The therapist asks, "Why do you think you are here?" The man says, "She doesn't talk to me. She gets angry at everything. Nothing makes her happy." The woman says, "He never understood me. I have been trying to make my voice heard for years, but he did not listen." The therapist asks the woman, "How do you feel when your husband touches you?" The woman cries and says, "Nothing. I don't feel anything anymore." This is the death certificate of a relationship, because anger, hatred, even resentment do not kill a relationship. Indifference kills it. Hatred, anger, and resentment are still emotions. They can exist in relationships from time to time, but numbness is proof that love has ended. Oh man, if you no longer see light in her eyes, if she no longer argues with you, if she no longer gets angry at you, then it is over, because it means she has lost hope. Oh man, when that woman married you, she was smiling. She was happy. She was hopeful. But now she is angry, tense, unhappy. Who changed her? You. Point 5. God closes the gates of heaven to you. And on the day of account, that woman's tears will be a witness. And now we have come to the most dangerous, the most shaking, the most terrifying truth. Oh man, when you hurt a woman, you are not only sinning against her, you are sinning against God. Listen to me very carefully. God may forgive you, but first that woman must forgive you, because here you are committing the 2 greatest sins. You are breaking a heart, and you are violating the rights of a servant. Stay with me here. This part is very important. A man must exalt his woman, must value her greatly. But if you are even doing wrongs against her, then you are truly committing a very great sin. Also, what do the elders say? Every father draws his daughter's destiny. That means if today you treat your daughter's mother or another woman badly, it means that in the future your daughter will live the same scenario. Did you cheat on your wife? In the future, another man will cheat on your daughter. Did you use violence against your wife? In the future, there will be a man who uses violence against your daughter. Look, especially rewind this last point and listen again. I am talking to you here about a divine scale. While you could take that woman's heart as soon as possible, what are you doing instead? You shout at her. You belittle her. You cheat on her. You neglect her. And then you come and pray to God. O Lord, give me heaven. It is said in the Hadith, heaven lies beneath the feet of mothers. Think like this. There is a man. He worships regularly, but at home he shouts at his wife, beats her, humiliates her. Then the punishment of hell finds him, because in God's justice no oppression remains without punishment. Oh man, if you have hurt a woman, go and ask for forgiveness today. Tomorrow may be too late. Oh woman, now I want to tell you something. Maybe you have been suffering silently for years. Maybe you are carrying wounds you could not tell anyone about. Maybe you are questioning yourself saying, is it my fault? No, it is not your fault. You are a strong queen. You are brave enough to stand against storms. But this world told you something else. Be patient. Endure. That's how men are. Marriage requires sacrifice. Yes, marriage requires sacrifice, but not oppression. Sacrifice is when both sides give to each other. But what you are living is one-sided exploitation. And know this, God is not blind to you. Oh woman, if you are watching this video today, know that this is not a coincidence. God is sending you a message. Enough. Your value is not measured by how he sees you. You are valuable. You are beautiful. You are strong. And if that man does not see your value, he is blind. But you are light. And light does not go out because a blind person cannot see it. Oh man, now I am giving you one last chance. If you are watching this video today and you felt an ache inside, know that this is God's final warning to you. Go. Go today. Stand in front of that woman and say these words to her. I oppressed you. I wronged you. I hurt you. And I apologize for this. I apologize not only with my mouth, but with my heart. If you give me one more chance, I will show you every day, every hour, that you are valuable. And do not just say it, do it. Oh, chosen ones, we have come to the end of this video. But this is not just an ending. This is a beginning for you. If you are a man and your conscience ache today, go and ask that woman for forgiveness. Not tomorrow, today. If you are a woman and you have lost hope today, know that God sees you, and God will show you a way. Now I ask something from you. If this video touched you, write this in the comments. My God, bring justice to me. If you are a man and you want to change, write, my God, transform me. If you are a woman and you need strength, write, my God, give me strength. Let this be your declaration. Let this be your turning point, and share this video. Because maybe a man will watch this video and change. Maybe a woman will watch this video and find strength. Do not forget, God did not create you by coincidence. God has a plan for you, and that plan is built on justice, love, and peace. Hurting a woman is not only hurting her, it is also hurting your own destiny. But honoring a woman is honoring her, yourself, and future generations. A final prayer. My God, give wisdom to every man. Give strength to every woman. Give peace to every relationship. Confront the oppressor with justice. Comfort the oppressed. And teach all of us to value one another. Amen. Keep shining your light, my brothers and sisters. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Subscribe, turn on notifications, because in the next videos, I will bring more messages about relationships. Join our community and take very good care of yourselves. I love you very much.